Robert Kiyosaki warns, "Do not save money ever again." Shockingly important warning. When real estate mogul and finance guru Robert Kiyosaki took a real estate course in the early 1970s, he had a feeling it was what he was destined to do, to be an entrepreneur. Known for his unconventional teachings on finance and his passion for real estate, the best-selling author knows a good deal when he sees one, and he's sticking with what works. Today we're going to talk all about Robert Kiyosaki's warning about saving cash, passive income, and real estate. So watch the video till the end, because today's video is going to be the bomb. Welcome to Investor Secret, your daily dose of investment realities. If you're interested in everything around big investors and their investment techniques, this is the place for you. Subscribe if you want to stay updated with all the investor secrets, predictions, and stay one step ahead in the financial world. Watch the video till the end and make sure to hit the like button if you want to be a millionaire within the next 3 years. Don't forget to enable all notifications to join our weekly cash giveaway pinned in the comments. Now let's get to our topic. The real estate class cost $300, which was quite a high sum in the early 1970s for a military pilot making $800 a month. Kiyosaki, a Marine Corps and Vietnam veteran, bought his first real estate property in 1973 when he was stationed in Hawaii. Now he owns more than 7,000 properties, from residential and commercial to hotels, and they all bring cash flow. Armed with a passion for learning and sharing his views, no matter how nonconformist they might seem, Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad and more than a dozen other texts on money management, investing, and financial freedom, said he was a terrible student. But for him, doing poorly in school transferred to becoming a lifelong learner in his own way. "I flunked out of school," he said, "but I studied constantly. I love learning. I was not good at school, but I kept learning when so many others didn't." He joked that he learned everything he knows from playing Monopoly. "I like schools where I can do something," he said. So it's no wonder why pilot school and the military worked well for him. One of the biggest lies we hear is you need money to make money. His point of view is that old advice, go to college, get a good job, save money, get out of debt, invest for the long term, and diversify, has become obsolete advice in today's fast-paced information age. His philosophies and messages challenge the status quo, and his teachings encourage people to take initiative to become financially educated and play an active role in investing for the future. Kiyosaki's most recent book is titled Fake: Fake Money, Fake Teachers, Fake Assets, in which Kiyosaki dispels many of the societal teachings that, in his view, have not worked and are not entirely true. Fake is about how fake our money is, and you can't pass off fake money without fake teachers. There are so many people my age, baby boomers, who have nothing, and so many millennials are also in serious trouble due to student loans. Banks and Wall Street are fake. To me, Rich Dad Poor Dad was high school, and fake is college. I'm essentially saying the same message, he said. Kiyosaki shares his messages about financial education via his Rich Dad brand platform in books and myriad outlets including videos, radio, apps, and board games. His cash flow games teach people of all ages about investing, managing assets and liabilities, and building wealth. The Rich Dad brand celebrated its 20th anniversary in 2017. And 2020 is proving to be a big year for Kiyosaki as he has 3 projects in the works. The next book scheduled to release is called The Ravens, which he co-authored with James Rickards. A raven is a bird of prophecy. My co-writer Rickards and I are always calling market terms. The book is about how you can see the future and predict markets, he said. He is also working on a documentary called The Future of Money and Who Stole My Pension, a book about baby boomers with little or no retirement. The average 401k for retiring baby boomers is only $75,000 total, Kiyosaki said. As long as you're an employee with a 401k, you're toast. I was destined to be an entrepreneur and invest in real estate, and I believe the world needs more entrepreneurs who will create jobs. The real deals are in real estate. Kiyosaki has been heralded as having a gift for simplifying complex concepts related to money, investing, finance, and economics. His core principles and messages like "your house is not an asset" and "savers are losers" have ignited a firestorm of criticism and ridicule, only to have played out on the world economic stage in prophetic ways. He said the reason he chooses to invest in real estate is because it's about debt. "The more debt I use, the less tax I pay, and the higher returns I make. I love real estate, but you have to educate yourself. If you're not going to invest in education, you might as well stay in the stock market. One of the biggest lies we hear is you need money to make money," Kiyosaki said. He further explained why he prefers to be an inside investor. A real winner gets inspired by losing. With real estate, you can always locate your own deal and be in control of your properties. I don't sell, only rent. If you find a good deal, why would you sell it? I'm not the most popular person on Wall Street, but I just do what I talk about. When you invest in real estate, you're in shadow banking. You're out of sight. You operate by a different set of rules using private equity and private credit. With perspectives on money and investing that often contradict conventional wisdom, Kiyosaki has earned an international reputation for irreverent straight talk and has become an outspoken advocate for financial and real estate education. What other kinds of money-making assets could people acquire besides real estate? You mentioned books and earning from royalties, but not everyone is capable of or interested in writing a book. Also, many books sell small numbers. Any other ideas for passive income? Technology has leveled the playing field in so many ways, especially when it comes to taking a germ or a gem of an idea and turning it into an income stream. Today, web-based businesses are among some of the largest and most successful in the world, and entrepreneurs in every corner of the world are leveraging technology to share ideas, create businesses, and market and sell existing products and services. I like the example of writing and selling an ebook, not because I write books, but because of the ease of entry and execution in that marketplace and space. One of our employees actually did a case study on creating an ebook asset and learned how to write, produce, and sell an ebook, and then wrote an ebook on that subject. Today, many ebooks are as much about communicating ideas and teaching as they are about books. And you could create one on a subject that you know a lot about or something new you've learned. Or you can challenge yourself to find an underserved audience or a need with promising opportunities. Best of all, exploring an idea like this, even if you never actually produce or sell an ebook, opens your mind to opportunities for making money, opportunities that our eyes often miss. Training your mind to see opportunities is the first step to creating or acquiring assets. Another option for passive income is stocks that pay dividends. Research a few stocks that pay dividends and buy a share or two. In addition to the dividend income, you'll learn about how investing in paper assets works, and ideally, the market conditions that can influence stock prices and dividends. You'll probably come across some words that are new to you, and this will give you the chance to learn the language of money related to paper assets, and expand your vocabulary and your thinking. Well, that's it for today's video, guys. Also, we would like to mention that this is not a channel intended specifically to provide financial advice, and we do not ask you to invest in any company. This is merely a channel directed towards bringing educational content to your doorsteps. With that in mind, before you invest in anything, we recommend you do thorough, wide-spectrum research on the topic. And make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time on Investor Secret. Bye!